What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Ethereum today for Mr. Race Car. Race Car, my man, we're talking about it for you. Um, bullish move. Bullish move overall, right? Broke out of this kind of, we're on the daily here on Coinbase. If you were like in this zone, this price zone for a while, you definitely broke out of it with this week here. I think what you're doing is you're finding support on this previous area of resistance. You're just finding support on it, right? And you're consolidating. Healthy, very healthy consolidation. Um, Maybe you come down a little bit, right? You're not very overbought, but you've been overbought for a while on your weekly, daily. You have bearish divergence, even volumes dying off. If you were to retrace from here, from bottom to top, I would bet it wouldn't be crazy at all to go back to your 382. You're sitting at about $1,811. If you went back to around $1,700, that would be my expectation from here. You could go lower. It is possible, right? These are the areas that you found resistance, sure, but like you could go all the way down even to about like seven. I guess it's right around $1,700. So I mean, that wouldn't be too crazy. I think 1,700 maybe to 1,725. Let's say, yeah, like 1680 to 1725, somewhere in there, probably closer to that 1700, 1725 area is where you're going to go. Daily bearish divergence kind of marks that off, right? Very bullish looking RSI overall, very constructive. If you were to come down on this RSI and just cool off a little bit, form a higher low, something like that, I don't think you have to go all the way to this oversold zone. You can. That would just promote prices to go lower than I've been saying, but whatever. If you're looking to invest, it's just better. But overall, maybe you continue this structure. The next time you make a move up into this overbought zone, maybe you go higher. You were overbought here, and you went even higher. Maybe next time you're overbought, you go even higher than that. And that would line up with something like probably toward the end of this month that we make our next expansion. Maybe we go down in the first half of this month, and then in the second half of this month of November we go up more. Yeah, that would make sense. That wouldn't be too crazy. Finding resistance at the moment on a closing basis. Let's get it going here. Finding resistance at a previous area of support there, support, a little bit of resistance or support in this area, support, resistance here. It would make sense. Turn around a little bit here, no volume to kind of send us through. Bearish divergence on the daily. 4 hour looks like it wants to give it back a little bit too. Sure. I bet the 4 hour can see oversold conditions for sure. Neutral at the moment, but rejecting this bullish area of control. I would say I think you're going to go down. I do. Yeah. I don't want to go too much further into this. I think that's enough said. I know it does, from this kind of perspective, it kind of looks, depending on how you want to nudge it, it almost looks like a ascending triangle, right? It kind of looks like you've got this bull pole and it's flagging out. But really don't be surprised if and when you come down, you might make a move that looks very identical to this, right? And honestly, the way that this 4 hour is moving up, this purple line here, maybe you come down, bounce off this purple line, and then move up from there, right? Maybe you do something like that. It doesn't look like you find too much respect on you found resistance here. You don't respect it to a T, but the area more or less. So watch the purple line come up. I bet you go just below it, and that'll probably be the prime time to buy it, right? Just like here when you broke above it and you found support on it, but you've found support in the area, that would have been your last kind of opportunity to buy before going higher. I bet you see a move just like that, like as far as how far away from the line it goes. I don't think this line's going to go up like this and then you just destroy it. I think you probably do go a little bit, a little bit below it, but probably down in here, which again, that's around 1720 to 1688, right? That would make sense to me. So lower is what I think. Lower and then higher. Where are you going to go after that? Overall, you're still in this kind of grand consolidation phase. Maybe it kind of looks like an ascending triangle, doesn't it? Like you just broke out of this form of accumulation on the daily, but let's look here. Come on now. Something like that, little fake out of it. Yeah, nice. Oh yeah, you're probably getting ready to break out for sure, man. Yeah. It's going to be your last check back, man. And look at that, even that line here on the weekly. If it takes toward the middle of this month, maybe you go to 1680 right there, right? bounce off this line again, and then when you come up here, you probably do break out of this, and Ethereum might see some spectacular price action coming into the halving. You're worth $1,811 now. Potentially by the end of this year, man, you could be worth like over $3,000. You at least probably something that's like in that $2,500 area. Let's see, from top to bottom here, $2,600 even, right? $2,350 to $2,650, somewhere in there by the end of the year might make sense. If not in the beginning of next year, but before the halving. And you could go even higher than that, but I like to be conservative. You know, it's very common when you break out of a pattern like this that's been forming for a while, when you break out of it, to come back and test it as support, and maybe you don't touch that line exactly. Maybe you touch, maybe this line's up here. Maybe you touch this previous area of resistance, something like that. But it's very common after a breakout to just kind of test a previous area of resistance as support and then go from there. But I bet Ethereum by the end of the year it'll be well above $2,000. Probably not above $3,000. It could be, but probably not. Let's see. Let's see here. From top to bottom. Yeah, it lines up, man. 618 to 69 right there at 2,500 to 2,860. Yeah, it makes sense to me. You've been below this purple line for long enough, man. I think you want to get it back above it. So, again, this is on the weekly. So, weekly RSI looks constructive. It looks rather bullish. If you came down, you touched the 50, previous area of resistance, previous area where you found support, resistance, coming back down to this area, right, where you found some significance throughout the history of this thing. And the 50 itself is a pretty significant level. Finding support there and then moving up higher, probably to this overbought zone, wouldn't be too crazy. Yeah. That's all I got for you guys. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Probably down, probably around that $1,700 area, but that's all I'm thinking. So, yeah. Take care. Bye-bye.